guys, sorry that it's been a little while. I've been a little MIA on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Basically, what happened was my dad got into a motorcycle accident about 3 weeks ago. He was in the hospital for like almost 2.5 weeks, and then he just got out on Friday, and he's struggling a little bit. He'll probably be in a wheelchair for a while. So yeah, we were at the hospital lots, and then we were at home with him, like at my parents' house, just kind of helping out and stuff. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'm gonna hopefully be getting back into the swing of things starting today. So there's that out of the way. Today I just wanted to do a super quick guide on how to apply liquid lipstick. I have been wearing almost exclusively liquid lipstick lately. And a lot of you guys have been asking me just questions on how I apply it, if it can be reapplied, and just different stuff like that. So hopefully this helps. The one biggest thing I can say about liquid lipstick that is like the #1 mistake I think people make is that they apply too much product right off the bat. It can be really tricky to go in and clean up and just make it look good once too much product is applied, so let's keep that in mind throughout the video. All right, let's do this. Okie dokie, so the first thing I'm gonna recommend doing is exfoliating your lips. My lips are perpetually dry, okay? There's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way that it is. I am what I am. After you are done exfoliating your lips, this is the only time in my life that I will recommend this lip balm, because otherwise it sucks. But I like to apply EOS lip balm underneath my liquid lipsticks. The reason being is because it's very dry. It doesn't add a ton of moisture to your lips, which I like for liquid lipsticks because it's enough to keep it from looking super dry and cakey and like not nice, but it's not so moisturizing that your liquid lipstick is like slipping all over the place, or that it's diluting the color or anything like that. So choose a little bit of my dog just took a massive crap on the floor. So choose a little bit of a drier lip balm. In my opinion, that's what works best. So I'm just gonna start by applying a thin layer of lip balm. Making sure to get right into the center of the lips where it's going to look the driest. And then you can do one of two things. If you're using a little bit more of a kind of moisturizing lip balm, you can either kind of blot it off, or if you're using a drier one like I am, then you can pretty much just leave it and it shouldn't interfere with your application at all. I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna show you guys first how to apply just straight up liquid lipstick, not doing anything crazy with it, and then I'll show you guys how to do an ombre lip. So I'm using Veronica from Anastasia Beverly Hills here. What I'm gonna do first is I'm going to take my brush out, and I'm just going to literally wipe off pretty much all of the excess product. That's gonna leave us with very little on our brush, so it's gonna be a lot harder to kind of mess up and get it all over the place, going ham like we don't want it to do. So once I've wiped that off, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it to the center of the lips first. And then once we have kind of a rough outline and just basically a little bit on our lips there, you can do one of two things. If you're confident, you can use the doe foot applicator to go in and kind of slowly do your sharper line. So for me, I like to use the edge of it. So instead of having it where it's like the slanted tip pressed, I turn it around and I just use the very tip. And I essentially line my lips like that. So you can either do that, or you can do what I typically do, which is take a brush. So let me grab one. So I'm just using the Smith 304 brush, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and just grab a little bit of product here, focusing it on the tip of the brush, and I'm gonna start to line my lips with that. And when I'm lining my bottom lips, I kind of like to almost smile so that I can make the skin a little bit tighter. So I'm gonna get more of a sharp line that way. And notice as well, I tend to keep my brush flat to my lip, so I'm kind of pressing it on like this as opposed to using the tip and keeping it perpendicular. The reason why is because this offers you no control whatsoever over your brush. Hey, stop chewing on that. Sorry. So that offers you no control at all when you're trying to keep it steady with this little tiny tip. Instead, lay the brush flat and you can kind of dock your pinky on your chin here, and that will help you to get a smoother line as well and give you more control over your brush. And for those of you that have been asking questions about how I overline my lips, I typically just overline my top lip only, and what I do is I overline mostly on the Cupid's bow and I keep it pretty much close to my natural lip line on the sides. This is totally personal preference. You don't have to overline your lips. If you like how it looks, you can, but it's definitely not a must-do by any means. If you like to, just start by applying within your lip lines first and then start to really, really slowly overline, and you can pretty much go as far as you want. I ain't trying to judge you, girl. I don't judge. I'm about it, so whatever you want. So when it comes to liquid lipsticks, you really want to make sure that you're getting into all these little cracks and crevices so you can smile. Make sure that the liquid lipstick is going right into all of your little cracks, and as well as in the corners over here. Usually once I'm at this stage and I'm fully lined and everything like that, I'll usually go over once more just with a little bit more product. Just to make sure that I have got it all covered and the color is as opaque as I want it to be, and that's pretty much where I'll leave it. So this is pretty much what I do if I'm just wearing one solid color of liquid lipstick. Pretty simple. Again, just wipe off the brush, apply it to the center of the lips, and then go in with an actual lip brush and kind of define my edges. Now, if you're wanting to mix two colors to make just one solid color on your lip, which I do very often on my Instagram, and people always ask me how I mix my things, this is how. Typically, I'll take two colors. It's usually because I'm like, oh, I really love this color, but I just want it to be like a tiny bit lighter. So I'll usually take, I don't know, something like Veronica or whatever, and I'll mix it with a nude. And what I do is I literally just take a dot of each onto a palette and mix it with a brush and then apply it like that. Super simple. This is an awesome way to get more use out of your products because a lot of people are like, you know, I bought this lipstick, I never really use it, whatever. Let's say you got a red and a nude. Try mixing the two different lip colors in different kind of amounts, like maybe 2 dots of red, 1 dot of nude, or whatever it may be, and see what kind of colors you can come up with. It's a really great way to utilize products that may just be kind of like chilling on your shelf, you know, not being used, because that happens to us. So yeah. If you're wanting to use 2 different colors for an ombre lip, well, I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm gonna take a lighter color and again, wipe it off the same way that I did with my first, and I'm gonna apply it to the center of the lips. Once you've done that, you can kind of smack your lips together. And what I typically do here, you can use a brush, you can use the applicator if you want, but I always use my fingers. And I'm just gonna dab that on. So you can do more of a subtle ombre like this, or you can kind of keep adding to it if you want, whatever you feel like. So if you have kind of messed up your lip lines at all while applying your lipstick, it's okay. Don't panic. We're gonna fix it. So I have a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm taking a sharp concealer brush, and I'm just picking up the tiniest amount of that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smile a little bit and just go over top using the edge of my brush. Again, laying it flat to my skin and just cleaning up those edges. Just like that, and then you can blend them away. And that's pretty much it. Super simple. If you're using a color that's a little bit deeper or something really bright or whatever, you might notice that it's starting to pick up on the edge of your concealer brush. So just wipe it off in the back of your hand before going in for more concealer, or you will start to kind of mix that bright color into your foundation. It'll look like this big crazy mess. So yeah. If you want to do an even more intense ombre lip, you can take an even darker color, so taking 3 shades instead of just 2. Look at my poor finger, so sad. Anyways, you can take 3 shades instead of 2 and take the 3rd and darkest shade in the inner corners and apply it just to the outer corners, and then blend it with your fingers, brush, whatever you're most comfortable with, even a Q-tip if you're into that. whatever you want, girl. So another question that some of you guys had was how to reapply during the day, if it works, if it's gonna look crazy, whatever it may be. Honestly, this is completely dependent upon the formula, in my opinion. Some formulas you can really easily apply during the day and reapply, and it's completely fine. It won't go patchy or anything like that. Other formulas or colors will become a hot mess real quick. So even if you have like 30 lipsticks from the same brand, just because the red lipstick, for instance, might reapply nicely, the pink one may not, and so on and so forth. It's really hard to say. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about that. Sorry. One more question that people had is what my personal favorite liquid lipstick is, and honestly it is Anastasia. I've tried a lot of different liquid lipsticks and I love them, I do, but my favorite formula thus far is the Anastasia one. I don't find it overly drying. I find that it wears really well. It doesn't feel tacky on my lips. Yeah, I just like it. And also they come out with some really freaking bomb colors, so they have that going for them as well. If you guys are looking for some really cheap liquid lipsticks because it's like your first time and you just want to try them out sort of thing, NYX has a line with probably like maybe 12 colors in it or something like that, and then ColourPop has 25, I think. I have pros and cons with both of their formulas, but if you're kind of just looking to try out liquid lipsticks for your first time, or you just want one and you are on a bit of a budget, do kind of check out their selection because they offer them at a pretty cheap price and they do have a good range of colors. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you guys learned something cool today and maybe this helps you with your liquid lipstick application. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments below and I'll get back to you. Peace out.